Hello, and welcome to Ballad Games, where this week you might be able to hear me, which make a change. With me again is a double dose of Dan, some Roger, and a bit of Ben. And we're playing the first complete episode of the Ballad of Bardings, the next part of the One Ring campaign, as Sigrun has just learnt through prophetic means that Bane, King of Dale, has died. So I'll let everyone go round and introduce their characters, and then we'll get started. Dan M, you can go first.
Thank you, boss. Greetings, I am Dan M, and I am playing Isildir of Rivendell, a elf captain.
Yeah. Ben?
Hello, lovelies. I'm playing Sigrun, daughter of Sigrid, and she is a barding princess and a warden.
Roger?
Hi, I'm Roger, and I'm playing Robin Burrows, the hobbit treasure hunter.
Yeah.
Robin, anything is not nailed down, really.
Hey, I've never nicked anything.
The
been
accents are back. Yes. That's why people come to watch us, for the accents. And finally, other Dan. Dan 2?
Dan 2. That's me. I am Dan, and I am playing Astanon, a Ranger of the North. He's also a warden. He's supposed to have a deep, gruff voice, but I've just not been able to pull it off recently, so we'll see what happens later.
Just, drink a lot, and then it'll come naturally. But not water. That doesn't help at all. So, yeah. Last time, Isildir, Sigrun, and Astanon were travelling down the wastes of Cardanon to track a pack of wargs that were on the loose and causing merry havoc throughout the deep dark winter of the year 3007 of the Third Age. You managed to catch up with them and also spotted a big white stag. The wolves killed the stag. It turned out one of them was a hound of Sauron, and I mean, I feel like the combat went very well for you in the end.
Yeah, that's good.
So, and there, upon examining the stag, you realised, hearing the bells toll in Dale in the distance, even though you're half of Middle Earth away, that your Uncle Bane had died, and that something felt kind of wrong. So, Isildir, Sigrun, and Astanon, you have hastened your way back to Rivendell, where you have just arrived, weary from your many exploits and long travels. You're gonna have to find a way, or plan a way, to get to Dale as quickly as you can. And
We're flying the back of eagles, right?
Yeah. They're readily available for a small fee of like one gold piece or something.
Oh, they're magpies. They'll do anything.
Are we leaving from Rivendell?
Yes, because Rivendell is one of your safe havens. You can leave from Bree as well, but it'll be a lot longer trek, depending on what route you take.
So we're starting in Rivendell.
Yeah,
Hello.
I assumed
Hi,
you would
everyone.
all gather together in Rivendell to form a new company to travel to Dale.
Seems like a place to be.
I mean, there's a very, very smart man there.
Well, I agree with Sigrun to come definitely her.
You know,
So-
I think I might take hardiness.
Ooh. That'll definitely do it. Yeah, I'm wearing a kind of orangey t-shirt that blends into the orange background a bit.
Who gets chest out in a minute?
That's the premium service.
Never again. Never again. Are we resetting our various endurances and hopes and such like?
Yeah, you can reset your travel back down to 0, endurance to your max. Because it's going to be a long road.
What
So-
about shadow? 'Cause it's temporary shadow. I don't know what happens with that.
It's been
If it was from
several
the
years.
old adventure, it's
Yeah,
gone.
yeah,
If it was from last week, it's still there.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
basically.
How much shadow did I get last week again?
3, at least.
I have.
Oh yeah, it was
two.
3 because I couldn't
You'll-
use many of my hope, could I?
You're in a place of rest now, so what you can do is you can try and roll against your valor to rid yourself of some shadow.
Okay.
And how do we get hope
I'm
back?
not sure.
Your hope restores when you rest as well, or you can spend fellowship points on the road to.
I rolled a successful valor roll, apparently.
And how many successes did you get? Just the one? So
I have
you can
no
take
idea.
1 point off.
I'm going to assume that
Great
that will tell me.
2.
Ah, I just got a success.
Yeah.
So I can at least use hope again now, because I didn't get to use any of my hope last time because I was shadowed out.
Oh yeah, but your dismay from that you picked up from fighting the Hound of Sauron when you were wetting yourself has dissipated after your spectacular victory. So,
I think.
so you
think I
can
will
use
try
hope
to roll
again now.
Yeah. I was supposed to roll an extra
Can I try
dice
to
on
roll
my
my
shadow.
valor?
Yes, you can.
Just click on valor, yeah.
Is a great success
Awesome.
just like 1 over?
Yeah, basically, a great success. Any extra 6 counts as an extra point of shadow that you lose.
Okay. Well, I
So
actually
success will drop you 1. A great success will drop you 2. If you get an extraordinary success, you can drop 3.
Oh, it is worth
It's a
bearing
fourth.
in mind, Dan, that elves have more trouble with shadow and getting
Yeah.
rid of it than other people do.
That
So
might
we
explain
do
why I
grace.
just failed.
Mm.
Clearly, the weight of the shadow
Yeah.
is heavily upon this elven spirit.
Does anyone have any shadow scars?
Mm-mm.
Nope, lucked out a bit there.
Boo. So remember, if you ever pick up a lot of shadow but haven't maxed out beyond your hope yet, you can clear it all by picking up 1 shadow scar, which also kind of sends you further down your path
of evilness.
of evilness, but when you're in the thick of things could come in handy if you need to have access to your hope again and remove all of the horrible things that come with high shadow.
Who is whose fellowship focus? Rog, I know you said that I was now your fellowship focus. Dan, who's your fellowship focus? M.
Dan M, yeah, Isildur.
So
Just
Dan
because-
P's is Dan M. Dan M's is...
My fellowship focus is Seagram.
Okay. In which case, I will make my fellowship focus into Roger's character for now then, because it's usually Pete's character, but he can't be with us today. Sorry, Pete, we're going on an adventure.
I thought, hold on. I thought we had a secret agreement that no one was to have, Rogers only.
Oh,
Yeah, well, yeah.
don't worry.
Right, we'll run that back and fix it in post. That's fine.
Yeah.
Don't tell
don't worry,
Roger.
Roger.
It's okay.
The,
Nobody likes
the
Aston.
eye, the eye
Roger's
will
got
be
nothing to worry
your
about.
fellowship focus. The eye is always watching. It sees you.
I don't know what fellowship focus means, by the way, so I'm just nodding my head along.
Basically, your fellowship focus, you can spend a point of hope to help your fellowship focus, but rather than adding 1 dice to their roll, you add 2.
Cool.
But if anything horrible happens to them, you pick up shadow.
Oh, great! I picked the elf.
Yay!
Nah, you suck.
Anyway, so yeah, you've gathered in Rivendell. How did you send for Robin Burrows, or was he already there, sitting around?
Well, we
with
came
taters?
from Bree, didn't we?
Ah, yeah, true. So
On
you
our
picked
way
him up on the
through,
way.
so we could have like dropped a message. No, I mean we came through Bree chasing the
Mm.
wolves, so we
Yeah.
could probably have spent a night there and like penned a quick message. Master Burrows, in
Mm.
pursuit of various creatures of shadow, please do join us at Rivendell at your earliest opportunity.
The ultimate threat, quick, send for the Hobbit.
No, we
That'll
want
be
you
good.
there because that way we've got someone that Elrond can blame instead of the rest of us.
Elrond likes the chips.
Everyone likes the chips. That's the real reason.
You turn up to Robin Burrows cooking chips on a little fire he's made out in Elrond's lawn.
I think why they really called me is they want the catering.
Yeah, precisely. Someone has to do all the cooking on the way. So yeah, you have gathered in Rivendell. The path ahead looks distant, and winter's grip is still on Eriador. What are your plans? Are you gathering supplies? Do you want to talk to anyone before you leave? And what
how
route
long
do
is-
you intend to take? Because
How long
obviously
will
you
the
have
journey
to.
take?
It depends on the route you take. The shortest one would be over the high pass, which is pretty much straight towards the Misty Mountains.
In this kind of weather,
From yeah,
the halflings will never make it.
Mhm.
We should make for the gap of Rohan.
well, that is the longest one.
Let's not do that. Do we go over the mountain, or should we go via
Yeah,
Moria?
you've
The
got-
short version, isn't it?
You've got 2 passes. You've got the high pass and the Redhorn pass. The Redhorn pass being closest to Moria, and that'll lead you down into the Dimril Dale, whereas the high pass will lead you down sort of on the opposite side of the Anduin, but close to the old forest road that leads through Mirkwood to Dale. If you take the Redhorn Pass, so you go down into Dimril Dale and potentially the Gladden Fields, cross the Anduin, and then either have to skirt up Mirkwood to the old forest road or cross through it and then go up the River Running. And your other choice obviously is to make for the gap of Rohan, past the Dunlendings, because they haven't been a problem lately.
Maybe let's not do that.
Then go through Rohan and then probably up the River Running as well, or up Mirkwood.
That would
Do
Or
the
through
elves know
Fangorn.
what
You
the
could do that
weather
if you
is
want.
like in the mountains? Because that will play a part, won't it? I mean, if
Well,
we
what
can't
time
get
of year
through
is it?
the high pass, because it's
Yeah.
the end of winter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is the high pass
So-
even highly passable?
Are you asking Elrond personally, or
Well, not him personally, no, but presumably
Just-
he has scouts that go
Yeah.
out and know these things.
what
And we
you
probably
learn,
turn up often enough that we can have a few people to chat with.
What you learn is that there's still snowfall, but it's dissipating faster than it did in the middle of winter, and there's a lot more snow mixed with rain. So it will be difficult travel, but the passes are becoming accessible again. It's not the ideal time to go over them, but it is definitely possible.
Would we save time? Would we save time going to Mines Moria? I mean,
as far as the Mines of Moria are concerned, the elves are not for that. They're like, yeah, no one's been in there for years. There was some talk of dwarves going there, but no one's heard any news that the mines are back open.
And Free League haven't released that.
You could do that. Yeah, and they haven't released that book yet, so
it's coming out soon though.
That, and it being the year 3007, I don't want to reveal too much.
The Hobbit has happened.
By this point, Balin has
Actually,
actually died in the Mines of
Some
Moria.
of Lord of the Rings has happened by 3007. Like, wasn't it?
Well,
Bilbo's birthday.
Bilbo is probably might not be here yet, but he might be because he travelled to Dale and then came back. So
I think it's coming close to the point where he moves here.
Yeah.
In 3007, isn't it? We're looking at the beginning of Fellowship.
Gandalf stopped visiting Frodo, I think around now, yeah. So, yeah, we're moving towards things getting real.
So, we know the journey of the company to the Lonely Mountain. Would that be one of the quickest routes we could take? I mean, between a ranger...
their initial plan would be the fastest route.
Okay.
Yeah, the fastest route would be the high pass and then cross the Anduin, and then travel up the Old Forest Road through the darkening Mirkwood.
Let's do that. Let's head up for the high pass. If we can't make it through the high pass, we can always then detour to Redhorn Pass.
And if you don't make that, you can go to the Gap of Rohan.
I agree.
Yeah.
We could do with moving with all haste. We need to get to Dale as soon as possible. I know it might seem frivolous for just a funeral, but this is the passing of the King of Dale.
Your kin, Sigrun, we understand. Lead on.
Elrond is fairly interested in this little travel that you're going to do because, as far as he's concerned, little to no word has come from Dale lately, and definitely no word that Bane has died. Though he also points out that that the old paths across the mountains are a lot more dangerous now than they have been in years past, and that is probably one of the reasons so few travellers head to Eriador, and fewer dwarves are seen on the roads as well.
Does he know the reason that the paths are more dangerous?
With winter having been so thick upon the land, the elves haven't really had a chance to scout out the High Pass and the Redhorn Pass other than in the last few weeks. But they haven't seen anything suspicious yet. Should be an easy journey.
Okay, well, I'm gonna set about trying to scrounge like equipment that would be useful for mountains and snow and
yeah, you can definitely. I'm pretty sure Elrond's household can provide you with climbing equipment,
and warm clothes.
Yeah, they give you what looks like not warm clothes because it's elven clothes, but they turn out to be pretty warm after all anyway.
I've got my elven cloak, so that will help.
Dan's got an elven cloak as well. He was telling us about it.
Is there anyone here who doesn't have an elven cloak? If not, you can have one now.
I feel like they're all knockoffs. Mine's a genuine elven cloak.
Mine was given to me by the elves.
Yeah.
Mine was made before you were born, young man.
Yeah, see, the elves had a cloak, and they gave you it, and therefore it became an elven cloak.
That's all that's
Technically
required.
correct. The best kind of correct.
Yeah.
Mine's a knockoff with elven spelt differently. Maybe 11.
I suppose
Yours is just a bunch of cloaks sewed together. Okay. Does anyone want to do anything else in Imladris or even in Bree or anywhere in Eriador before you set out?
What did you say about recovering hope? It's spending fellowship points, isn't it?
Well, in the safe haven you can recover your points of hope.
Oh, cool. That'd be handy.
Unless you have any specific elven reason why you can't, for instance. Although I think even they recover hope. It's mainly shadow shadow points and shadow scars that they can't really get rid of as easily. Soon find out.
Ooh. Very good. Let's do this.
Beset by woe.
We make for the high pass.
Yeah, see. Elves can only get rid of their shadow points in a Yule fellowship phase, so at Christmas.
They have to wear little green hats and stripy stockings.
Yeah, and deliver presents, or they don't get it.
Or they don't get their shadow points.
Yeah.
And little boots with curly bits at the toes.
Not us deeply respecting the works of Master
yeah.
Tolkien at all.
Yeah. No wars will be fought over this. So you set out from Rivendell with Elrond's best wishes.
And a lot of potatoes.
Yeah. He adds one last rumour, bit of news that has been picked up. Before winter came over the passes and news became scarce, there was word that Brand, son of Bane, was taking a small force to the fork between the River Running and the River, Carden, to battle some marauders.
How's he going to do that? He could barely lift a sword. He's probably not 11 anymore, though, is he?
I hope not.
They've been away for a while.
You don't want to know how much time I spent trying to count out what their ages would be. Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, you set out on a crisp winter's day with some light snowfall out from Rivendell, which itself in the valley seems to be nicely tucked away from the snow, and it's the only the moment you sort of move out up around the winding paths up the valley and into the lands beyond that you realize it is still snowing. So your plan is to make for the high pass then?
That's the plan.
No other passes, no Mines of Moria, no. Okay.
Let's just swing via Mordor on the way.
Yeah, you could go. That technically, you could also go up through Angmar.
Across
There's
the
a
top,
yeah, there's a pass up there somewhere.
That is seriously the long way.
That sounds legit. Let's go that way.
Yeah. It's not dangerous at all. I look at my map and laugh.
I mean, Astanon will tell you that was definitely dangerous.
Astanon probably tell you that the High Pass, no matter the time of year, is also fairly dangerous.
Is the High Pass
So,
the one where we rescued Aragorn?
yeah, that was the one that Aragorn came down. At,
Yeah, I hate that.
yeah.
We've met one of your kin
Is
in the
that-
High Pass before, Master Astanon.
Oh yeah.
Some bloke called Strider.
Strider, one of the local boys.
Ah. You see him sort of grimace and rub he's now very aged head.
Met / saved. Yeah.
/fed.
So, we'll enter a very long journey phase, probably. Elrond will leave you with yet another parting piece of wisdom, in that he tells you to try and find some safe havens along the journey, as the road will be long and arduous.
So he's going to give us any lembas bread, is he?
Yeah, you can have some lembas bread. Loads of it. But, you know, a mere morsel of it is enough to fill a man for... with doubt and depression, probably, but...
Do you have any recommendations of safe havens?
Depending on your route, there should be, if you follow the High Pass straight over the Carrack, there are some settlements of Bjornings on the opposite side, so they may be able to provide a place to rest. Beyond that, the Old Forest Road itself is pretty dangerous all the way down, but once you reach the other side towards the river running, with the way that Dale has been expanding its borders along the river running so far, there's probably a fair amount of little farmsteads and settlements along there as well that could offer you somewhere to sleep for the night.
Smashing.
Little Chef, Travelodge.
We're not that desperate.
Oh no, Safe Haven.
You heard Knife Haven. Yeah, okay. So, who is
Oh, of course, we've got a fellowship up, haven't we?
scouting the way? Yep. You need a guide and then a hunter, lookout, and a scout. The guide will be rolling the travel rolls, and then hunter, lookout, and scout will be probably doing horrible things in the traveller event
Quite good at
and
scouting.
mishap thing.
Got to explore.
Right, so
Got to explore 3 and it's favoured.
Okay.
I
helps.
am good at hunting. 3 dice in hunting and it's favoured.
Yeah.
Who is good at travel? And who is good at keeping watch?
Is watch awareness?
Yes.
I have favoured awareness with 2 dice.
Yeah. That means, Ifildir, you're reading the map.
Because I have no travel. So.
I mean, I am reading the map.
Yeah.
Have
Do
you?
you have
one
any
in
dice?
travel.
Have you ever been over the High Pass before?
I have 3 in travel.
Into the Wilderlands?
You might want to read the map.
So I could always
okay.
read the map if need be. Which
you
means
have
that
any-
you'd have to take over as hunter.
Do you have any
Can
hunting?
you do the hunting?
I have 1 in hunting.
Do you
have
have
you
any
got anything
awareness?
in awareness?
I have 2 in awareness as a speciality.
Ah, there we go.
Favourite.
That-
Ah, yeah.
You can do that, then I'll do hunting because I can do hunting as well.
Okay.
Alright.
All right,
I
I'm
mean,
making the
it
travel
does
roll
kind
then.
of make sense that Sigrun would be the one to guide you, because Sigrun has probably done this a few times,
It's fair.
having travelled between Dale and
it is
Rivendell.
good.
Cheated and took an eagle.
possibly go badly, could it?
I mean, all
But,
that.
oh look, I failed straight away.
Yeah. So, the snow that started off as a slow drift
This
kind
was
of
Aaron's
thickens.
job. I blame Aaron.
Yeah, thickens out during the day, and it becomes a fairly difficult slog to get you to the foot of the Misty Mountains. And then we will have a nice old event roll, the first one of the journey. So I will roll a d6 and we'll find out. Who is on scout again?
I think that's me.
Yeah. In that event, can you give me a d12 roll?
Just a D12.
Yeah, and then I'll tell you what's happening, and then you can roll explore.
That's 5.
Yeah. You're moving ahead of Sigrun, who's trying to find the path up to the foot of the Misty Mountains, the easiest path. And Robin, you're pretty sure you find one that sort of moves between these snowdrifts, but as you start slogging your way through it, it gets higher and higher, and you're getting stuck deeper in snow up to hobbit chest height, and you realise you may have made a bad move here. Can you give me an explore roll?
Great success.
But after a bit of an arduous stretch, the snow dissipates, and you basically go, "See, I told you so," and move across to the base of the mountain. You will all take 2 fatigue points though, but you don't get a day added to the journey, and you don't get extra fatigue, so that's pretty good.
I don't take
I
fatigue.
assume other than, yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, no fatigue at all. What do you mean fatigue?
What is this fatigue you speak of?
Let's keep running. Let's run all the way there.
Yeah, go on, guys.
Okay, so
This is hard. Let's go back to Rivendell.
the first day settles into night, and you're at the base of the Misty Mountains. The tree line is still, you're sort of in the end of the tree line. You've made a camp against it to protect from snowfall during the night, and kind of up against the lower rocks of the mountains. Can someone give me an awareness roll as well?
I think that's me, is it not?
Anyone?
Dear.
Just
What do your
Could
elven
it be
eyes see?
anyone?
yeah.
And my awareness is only 2, so if anyone's got anything better.
No,
do it.
go for it. You said you were going to do it now.
Oh dear.
I mean,
No pressure.
everyone
We-
will die if you fail. That's guaranteed.
Can I spend a hope?
You can. if
I
you
will
want.
support him by also providing him with a bit of hope, and because he's my fellowship person, he gets 2 dice.
How do I do that when it comes to my calculator or my awareness roll?
So I'll bring this up. Actually, let everyone
So
see
you
as well.
click
So
you click the support
click
for
on
the companion.
awareness. Yeah, you can click hope point bonus die, support from companion, and then
And
you
expired?
can add any other bonus die
Ah.
that you have
And inspired.
in the penalty. Yeah, and inspired.
Oh.
Inspired, is it something that fits with one of your distinctive traits?
Oh no, never mind then.
It doesn't matter. It was a great success. We'll let it slide.
I am
so
very
you
aware.
have 1 extra success that you can spend, which I will say.
My equipment is playing silly buggers.
Oh no.
It will neither equip nor drop at the minute, it would seem.
Did you press Alt? Click.
Yep. but it's on equipment, so that shouldn't work. That shouldn't affect it anyway.
That's annoying. Anyway, your extra success, Ithildir, you can use to score an additional success. That's not necessary or cancel a failure. Gain insight, go quietly, make haste, or widen influence. But mainly what you notice is you see some shifting shadows across the higher paths in the rocks.
I will bring this to the attention of our ranger.
What do your elven's eyes see?
I see his shadow moving yonder.
Can
I see anything, Lewis?
3 or 4 of them. Once Ithildir points them out, you can sort of see them moving along at a pace. It's getting fairly dark now, so after a while the sun goes down far enough that they kind of disappear out of view. But you can watch these shadows against the rocks move up further into the mountains for
Do they look like they're
maybe
just
a
passing
good
up over
15
the mountain?
minutes. They look like
Or-
they're heading up towards the same kind of direction you're heading up to. So
it could just
they're
be other
higher up than
travellers.
you. They might just be passing the high pass, but you can't really make out who or what they are from here, because you're pretty much at the foot of the mountains and they're like sort of halfway up towards the pass.
That's
They've
what I would just
definitely
suggest that we
got a day
keep
and
an
a
eye.
half against ahead
Oh,
of you.
they're that far ahead of us. They're not a problem at all. Good spot, Ithildir. But they are some way off. They shouldn't cause us any problems.
And with that, the first day of your journey passes. You all have a nice, cozy sleep under the stars. No
Just
orcs
the way a
attack you
ranger
in the
likes it.
night. Sigrun, are you going to be able to roll travel? Or
Yes, as long as it doesn't assume that I'm fatigued, which it won't do yet, but it's adding up all of my load and coming to much more than it should be.
do you want me to see if I can click on?
See, if I'm carrying everything,
Yeah, you've
7,
got it
8,
all
9.
equipped. Yeah, it doesn't.
yeah,
need
but
to
even
all
then
be
it still
equipped.
doesn't add up to enough. 9 and 8 is 17 plus 7 should come to a total of 24.
Yeah,
And then I've got
and load 26.
a load of 26
Yeah, because of your 2 fatigue.
because of my 2 fatigue. But
Yeah,
if I drop the short spear,
yeah.
the load doesn't go down.
Hmm.
Because most of this stuff will be on my horse.
Yeah.
There's me dropping the shield, still showing up as load.
That is strange.
And it won't let me re-equip the short spear after dropping it either.
Right.
But I can still make the important rolls. And this is travel, isn't it?
Yeah, this is travel. That is strange.
How do we use distinctive features again?
So distinctive features, if they fit what you're doing, can make you inspired. Then you can
Okay.
spend hope to get
Can we
2
recover
bonus dice.
some fatigue because we're resting?
Not really
No.
during your travel. It's
if
only
I
at those
okay.
points
do the
that
travel lodge.
that was why I was hinting at find safe havens.
Oh, that was
'cause-
fine. That's right.
Second one.
I
I
was
only
just-
have to hit a 14 to succeed
Yeah.
on these damn rolls.
I was just reading because it says if you've had at least an hour of inactivity, you have a short
Yeah.
rest, which you get your
Yeah,
strength rating
you
back.
can use that to recover endurance up to your strength and hope via fellowship spends. But you can't really lower your fatigue whilst you're traveling,
Oh, I see. So it recovers
because
endurance. rather than-
traveling
okay.
assumes that you do a few short rests during the day and a long rest at night, and that you're not really
Gotcha. Cool.
like
No, that's fine.
forcing yourself to march 16
that's-
hours or whatever. It's sort of but Yeah, you. At this point, it almost feels like the weather is turning purposefully against you as the snowfall increases, and you find yourselves clambering up with frozen hands, gripping the rocks and pulling yourself through snowdrifts, up craggy, steep inclines that you couldn't really. There's a path there, you're certain of it because you've been through it before, but with the amount of snow lying there, you can't really find it. And so it takes you a good long amount to get up towards the high pass. I mean, I could just make you roll the d6 as well. Someone want to roll a d6? I feel like it's fun forcing you to choose your own fate.
There you go, 3.
Yeah, and a 3 will be... darn it. A 3 is the lookout.
That's our higher.
Yeah. So you're yeah. You're coming up to a big deep snowdrift that looks like it's probably part of the path because it sort of inclines to both sides, but the center moves up, and you think that's roughly the old winding path that goes up to the high pass. But there are some dangers about there. If Thildir, can you roll a d12? Just one d12. Yep, just one d12. Oh wait, roll 2 d12s and pick the lowest, in fact, because you have now entered Darklands.
How do I do that? Is it forward
Just roll,
roll?
Yeah, slash roll 2d12.
Can I embarrass myself by doing the formula wrong?
It happens.
No, that didn't work.
Slash R, and then space 2d12.
Hey! Oh dear.
A 3.
Like
Thildir, you spot a sort of overhang that seems to be kind of protected from the snowfall, and you lead everyone towards it, hoping that it'll provide a bit of cover and make it a bit easier to travel up the ground. Can you roll awareness as you're a lookout?
Hey! That was a Gandalf. Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. The moment you're about to step there, you sort of hold everyone back for a second, and some rocks crumble down and fall down, and part of it crumbles away, but no one is injured, and you lead them on, and it turns out to be a little bit easier going than it would have been just wading through the snowdrifts a la Boromir with your arms like pushing all the snow aside. You do, however, all pick up another 2 fatigue points. Ooh, you're rolling great. I love it.
Okay.
Except for Aston.
Oh. Is it just like this is a usual walk for him?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not let me drop anything.
No. What I'll do is everything you've unequipped will
What does
reduce
fatigue do?
to load 0 for now.
In your little load
What
box.
I might do then, Lewis,
Yes.
is I'll
There you go.
update. I'll
See a little
update
fatigue
fatigue to. Oh, okay, it's done it.
Yeah, no. What I've I've reduced everything that you dropped. So your short spear and the
Yes.
helm. I reduced it to
okay.
load 0, so it's not counting it at the moment.
But stuff like that would be on the
Yeah. Just,
pony anyway.
Yeah.
Horse.
here's hoping. There's a field deer weary as well.
It looks like it.
Only just set off. What you can do if you don't want that message to keep coming up is, unless you want to drop some of your gear, you can open your character sheet and click on weary, which is the little person sort of kneeling down with a bunch of lines above them, and then it'll stop telling you that you should be weary. Like this. There you go. Ifildir, you're weary. It's a long road getting from there to here.
Oh my god.
that took a while, which is probably for the best. Anyway, you're up in the high pass now. However, this is extremely difficult terrain, and it will take you 2 event rolls to even be able to move out of it. So who wants to roll a d6 this time? Your second
Not
day
me.
of travel passes. You don't really see the shadows anymore, but you're vaguely aware. You remember the old stories about a goblin town under the high pass, and you're vaguely aware that you're not entirely alone. And you know that the high pass isn't necessarily the safest place. So, next up is the scout. So, you get, yeah, go for it. Roll me 2 d12s and we'll pick the lowest and see what happens.
9.
A 9. That's not too bad.
They call it a 9.
Yeah.
A 9!
Okay. As evening passes, it gets darker and shadows fill up this little area that you've cleared out to make a camp for the night. And Robin, as you're sitting there and watching the light of the god damn it, I can't think of the word. I can think of it in Flemish. That's annoying. Of the campfire, very obvious word. Of the campfire flickering, you can kind of make out sort of
What is it in Flemish?
and kampvuur. So pretty much the
Wow,
same.
that was a
but,
challenge
yeah.
to translate that one.
Yeah, I know. It's just one of those things. It's yeah. The more languages you know, the less you can actually speak. Yeah, you can sort of see in between one of the far rocks. Like every time it flickers, you see this sort of gap, sort of fairly person-sized gap. And you're pretty sure you can see the other side of the big rocks that are in front of you from it. And it might prove to be a useful shortcut in the morning. So you can roll explore. And we'll see if it is.
Great success.
Yeah.
Why isn't the Hobbit reading a map?
Don't ask me to do travel.
Explorer Traveller, not the same thing.
Very different.
Robin, before the light fades completely, you grab a brand off of the campfire and you sort of move up to it, push aside some of the snow and stick your torch in, and you peer through and you can see the night sky on the other side. And otherwise you were going to have to loop around, sort of following the rocks, and it would probably come around the back of there in the end to move up further. So this is going to cut the good day off of your journey.
Excellent.
Huzzah, Master Hobbit.
Hey,
Well
you-
done.
Do we do anything else with a great success, or is that?
You can spend that to go fast. Cancel a failure, score an additional success, gain insight, go quietly, make haste, or widen your influence.
I'm assuming haste. I mean, that would probably help us. We're trying to get there quickly.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, in the morning when you wake up, you all follow Robin through these rocks, and you come out a little bit further up, a little bit further along, and you've definitely cut off sort of a big U that you were going to have to loop around to get up
I
there.
assume the horse or pony would fit.
It's
in that.
it's sort of it is of storyable size enough that everything you have with you will fit through there.
How convenient.
A narratively large canyon.
Yeah. Now, if you'd have failed the roll, I'd still let you have it, but you have to leave the ponies behind in a dramatic scene where you have to say goodbye to them all.
I'm not leaving Jeffrey.
You guys have ponies?
I
just run everywhere.
Oh,
he's not
an
for riding.
expensive horse.
He's not for riding. He carries my lunch.
So you're up in the high pass, and by the end of this day, you've gotten to a point where you can see, the highest point, and you're actually at the pass. You're at the bit in between where you're kind of moving alongside the actual highest point, moving over the mountains, and you'll be from here on in probably be traveling down in the morning and hopefully making for the Wilderlands.
Join the view.
Yeah. You it's not quite evening yet, it's still late afternoon, and you're trudging along. Ithildir, you remember some word of an old elven building that was built atop here somewhere to celebrate one of the heroes of old.
Can I make some sort of lore roll to reaffirm that?
You can. And if you succeed, you'll know where it is.
Ooh. That's a point of hope.
Apparently you should be miserable as well.
Okay.
It says that like a million times as well.
Yeah.
Wow, what happened there?
You're really racking it up. How much hope did you spend?
Just the one. Oh.
Wait. There you go. Yeah, so you're down to 6 hope now because you spent 2 hope so far.
Oh, I forgot. Right, okay.
So, well,
Let's try that again.
Oh yeah. So you still do have those 2 shadow points though. Yes, you can try that again.
Okay.
These elves really are gloomy.
It's like he wants to be depressed.
We're
Yeah,
basically emos.
you
There is not a
can't
drow.
you can't quite remember who it was for, but you can remember where it was from maps. So whether you'll be able to find it in this snowfall is up to you. You can all try. It may end up costing you a day at most.
Who's our map reader?
That's me. Want me to give it a go? Yeah. I think we should probably give it a go. Master Elrond has done a lot for us. The least we can do is check in on the farthest reaches of his home.
It also might be somewhere to rest.
That's a very good point. I will spend a point of hope then.
Ooh.
Oh, for the love of all that is good and pure and holy in this world.
Following Athilda's directions, you trample off into the snow, and
14!
like after almost the better part of a day, it almost feels like you're never going to find it, and that you've really walked a day off of course for no reason at all.
May I use my proud distinctive feature, because I am proud of the fact that I know my way around here, and this is embarrassing.
You could have
So-
used that initially.
Well, that's what I mean. I should have asked beforehand.
It's all right. I will say you do find it, but it's lost you a
even
day's
better.
travel and added a day's fatigue.
Oh,
So you pick up one fatigue for the day, but as evening settles in on this next day, you find yourselves suddenly on winding stairs that have been hewn out of the rock long ago. And they don't look like they're of dwarven make.
why are they too high?
Yeah, some of them have got a little instep in there so that slightly smaller people can get up there as well. And
Very
ponies.
considerate.
May I make
Um,
an insight roll to see if there's been anything else around these parts?
You
Have
may.
these been traversed recently? Let's
Yeah.
see.
That seems like a good plan. Also, thank you for all the re-rolls. I mean,
Hooray! I succeeded at a thing.
you could have spent at least another. Well, you could have given me another 2 re-rolls non-anomaly, rather than spending it on the players.
Sucking at rolls.
I mean,
Your
It's not wrong.
insights. You stop dead as you're going up the steps and realise that you've been trampling up there and hadn't noticed at all that there's a bunch of footprints going up, but they seem to be all different ones. Some of
Been all
them
along.
are heavy boots and others are heavier boots.
can we tell whose footprints they are?
If someone wants to give me another insight roll or an awareness roll or anything that
Your insight. I'm good at that.
if you have hunting
There we go.
so you got 1 success on that. I'll say you clearly make out the dwarven boots amongst them. Those were the heavy boots.
Dwarves.
The heavier
heavier.
boots are all sort of scuffed, but it looks like that something bigger has also been treading this route fairly recently
Dwarves.
because it's still snowing slightly. So
But it could be those
If it had
warnings
been-
that Lord Elrond told us
Oh.
about.
Only one way to find out.
Never know, it could be Vidar up here to try and rob something.
It's like he's rubbing.
You just come up there and he's rubbing himself along all of the elven room.
Well, continue on up then. There's no point in trying to be stealthy about it because I'm there. And one of the others wants to nip up and go all quiet like.
I mean, actually, that's probably something that Astanon would do.
Yeah. Does anyone want to scout up first? I'll do that before I change the map.
Astanon will when he'll use stealth to do it quietly, or at least try and do it quietly. No, I won't. Don't worry about it. I'm not being quiet.
I literally have to roll the best on both die to be able to pass a stealth check.
I was just surprised that I didn't get sent.
Well, the potential there's combat at the end of it, right? So we probably wouldn't just send like our random chef.
Hey,
He's good at sneaking.
I got sent into a cave troll things.
He's good at sneaking.
Yeah, but I remember his dad. He wasn't so good at sneaking.
Astanon, you don't really manage to sneak up there, mostly because it's a straight path up. But when you reach sort of almost their point, you can hear like deep guttural laughter coming from above.
Deep guttural laughter in terms of...
You'll find out.
Okay, fine, fair enough.
So we'll put Astanon at the front, and then the rest of you can
my favourite place.
Can stand wherever you want.
Can I see? Can Astanon actually see this now? Is he carried on?
Yeah, as depends. If you want to, you didn't succeed at stealth, so if you want to move around that corner, they're going to see you.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to go around that corner. I'm gonna.
Yeah. And
actually, shadow law wise, would I have recognised the laughter as anything evil? Because that's one of my things, isn't it? Distinctive features.
Yeah, probably.
Do I feel there's a darkness to what's going on? A shadow.
Yeah, you could hear deep guttural orc laughter, basically. And as you move round the corner and spot two injured dwarves, a dead dwarf, and a bunch of orcs, one of them turns around, well, sort of one of them standing sideways, spots you from the corner of their eye, turns and points, and there's more of them!
I mean, Astanon's gonna kill them because he hates anything dark and dastardly. So, I guess combat.
You can also run away.
I'm not running away. I'm a ranger of the north.
Shout smoke bomb and run.
Haha! Eagle, save me! Just dive off.
Yeah, I'm just going to dive off the side of the mountain until he catches me. Astanon will see the orcs. Also, like, Astanon's a friend to the dwarfs, so not these particular dwarfs, but dwarfs in general. So the two of them are still alive. So,
is everyone else running up with Astanon?
They probably see that Astanon pull his sword out.
Or is this another situation where you just let him...
Yeah, I'm going to use distinctive feature of bold and swift to charge in on my own again.
Can I get up to there?
Yeah, if you can climb up the side.
Oh, yeah. Can I do that as well? Because I've got climbing equipment.
Sure.
Athletics.
I will be running after the ranger.
I think it's more like the scene of when John Cleese is running towards the castle in Holy Grail.
Yeah. So there we go.
So it turns out that not only can I climb up there, I could probably pull Robin Burrows up. Rather, as he's getting his climbing gear out, I'll just like yoink.
And what, like when Eowyn picks up Merry off the floor and chucks him on the horse whilst riding full pelt.
Sorry, you can throw me up there. I'm not a dwarf.
Climb with me.
One of the orcs, the one that seems to be the leader, is busy with the dwarves, laughing his head off. But the others he sends towards you.
we get an opening volley?
You do get an opening volley.
I'm going to shoot him in the face.
Those are my favourite words.
He's not in the combat
You mean he's not in the combat? He's right there.
for
I can see him.
for story reasons.
Oh, okay. Well, I just don't want him to kill any. Is there any that
Yeah,
look poised to
you-
injure a dwarf?
I'll add him in. Well, he's definitely injuring the dead dwarf.
That's just a spiel. Okay, I'll just shoot the one closest to me then. Is that this one
All
here?
of the other orcs are coming charging down at you at this point.
I think I've selected. I think I've done the targeting thing. No. Oh my god. It looks like I've joined Ben's club. of rolling
Click
four
on
dice.
your actual bow.
Oh, did I not do that?
Yeah, not on the skill, on the weapon.
I know. Oh yeah, I was doing. Oh yeah, of course. Yes. Yeah, that is right. That's the one.
I mean, I'm very happy that you all suck at rolls. It's
No, there we go. I hit him.
yeah. Which one was that? This one?
Yeah, that's it. That's one there. I've got him targeted, but
Yeah. Okay. Well.
my bow doesn't do anything fancy like the named one.
That's all right. Doesn't always need to be fancy.
But it's injury rating 14 and damage free.
Yeah. So he takes 3 damage. Anyone else doing opening volleys?
Don't believe it.
I was going to say.
Yes.
I'll let Rog go first. It's funnier that way.
I mean, probably will be.
Cruel.
Alright. Accurately. Right, let's give this a go.
Just like Robin Burrows. Robin Burrows has improved a bit. There you go.
Yeah, yes.
So yeah, I shot the
Which
same
one's
one.
that? Same one?
Yeah.
Okay. So as the orcs start pouring into motion, 2 of your arrows in quick succession sort of slam into his armor. Arrow stumbles back a bit, but then keeps moving forward with the rest. They have their weapons out. Their blood appears to be up already, and they are laughing as they charge towards you. Thildir and Sigrun, are you doing opening volleys?
Dan, do you want
No, I will be running towards him.
Okay.
I mean, if you have a bow, it's probably a good idea to try.
I'm rubbish with the bow.
How have you got a cocked die on the system? You had one that was like that.
Well, that's
No, I do
if you
get
type
piercing
in
on a 7 or more.
if you
Is
type
there
in
a 7 or
/
more
r cheat and then
No.
type your die instead, you
Is
get.
that really just 5?
Did it hit?
Yeah, it hit.
Okay.
But it should do
Which one?
piercing.
This one?
Yeah. I can't
So
really read
it
what
did
the
a-
total
did a
number that I've
piercing
rolled
attack.
there is.
You've got a
Right.
total of 20.
You rolled a 1 on the feet
A
dice.
1,
I
two
did roll a 1
fives,
on the
a
feet
3 and a
dice.
6.
Yeah.
So what do I get on a 7 or more?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you
Because
didn't
it's
get a
Orc
7.
Bane, so I didn't
Yeah.
get a 7. Okay, so
Yeah.
alright then. Well, in that
So it's
case,
just it's just a
it's
great success.
just the heavy
so
blow.
you can
Great
add
success.
heavy blow. Yeah.
Fine, only 11 damage.
Wow.
For the people watching at home, you can see what an effect that had. Yeah, that one orc soldier just sort of stumbles backwards with an arrow in his chest, and he's gripping onto it, like, trying to pull it out. Not dead yet, but
His thingy defense is his protection is ill-favoured.
yeah, but it wasn't piercing blow, so he doesn't
Okay.
have to take an armor. He just took the full 11 damage, which is
How embarrassing!
yeah.
It's just,
Which
I'm
was
just
almost one
disappointed in
less orc.
myself.
Okay.
Is this thing even on?
We shall say select your stances.
How do
So,
we do
forward
such
open.
thing again?
You should be able
right
to
click,
right
and
click
then
on
it
your
comes up.
character, and it should come up on the left hand side.
Smashing, thank you very much.
And Aston will move to the top of the stairs as part of his move as well.
Yeah. So we'll say you all meet kind of here-ish for those of you that are like first in the fight. And Astanon, wait, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there's 5 of you. Yeah, sure.
I'm in defensive, so they've got
Okay.
one less dice.
Yeah. So because of magical virtues of being mean to the GM, 2 of you can stand in rearward stance somehow magically.
Because I'm
He's only
smaller,
little. I can
they
shoot
don't
over
Yeah.
his head.
Ifildir, do you want to move up to sort of next to Astanon, and then I'll move some orcs in around you as well? And then,
Yes, I would love to. It's just, unfortunately, on Foundry, I can't actually see jack shit at the moment.
Can you not? You shouldn't need token vision, so you should be able to see everything. We'll give it a go.
Hold on.
Oh, now you deleted him. Oh no, wait,
No,
you
no,
moved him.
he's
Yeah,
moved.
yeah, okay.
I just have a weird snowy background at the moment.
Well, it is snowy.
What browser are you using?
Google. Chrome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it should
should
be.
work.
I'm using the same. Yeah, so it should be fine.
That's a lot of orcs.
That's right. I was surrounded by 5 wolves last time. I can handle it.
What
So,
stance is it?
There are 4 on Astanon, who's in defensive stance, and 3 on Isildur, as you sort of move up and claim the bit, well, the sort of gate bit where it opens up into the. And Robin.
Hold him in the breach!
Robin and Sigrund, you're behind, standing atop a snow-covered cliff, firing arrows into their midst.
Robin, you take the left.
Alright.
Whoever is in forward stance can go first. I wonder who that might be.
The elf is always in forward stance.
Yeah.
It's a very risky manoeuvre.
I mean,
It's my go-to position.
it's bold when you're outnumbered 3 to 1. I'll give you that.
I think he's hoping it's going to be 2 to 1.
Yeah, yeah. If you kill an orc every round, then
Yeah, the odds go right down really quickly.
Right, let's see if I can get combat to work this time. So I've targeted.
yeah, and then click on your
Click
actual
your
weapon.
Yeah.
Not on the weapon skill, the weapon itself.
Yeah. On the weapon. Swords? Is that
No.
right? No.
No.
On the actual.
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
skill,
yeah.
the weapon
Yeah,
itself,
sword.
the actual
Yeah,
sword.
sorry.
Yeah,
There
and then
we
you
go.
should get the whole box up with your favourite.
Dave
and
the
stuff
Blade,
like
or
that.
whatever name you gave it in the end.
Bernard.
I don't have a named weapon.
Bladey Dave. Stabby Jim. Famous dagger sword combat.
What? Does that work?
That worked.
Yeah, that worked, and that hit. And which one did you hit? This one? Wait, no, this one.
Yeah, no, but hold on. I didn't get the option to do the whole Grievous Fell key malarkey.
Because
You
you
only
didn't
rolled
get
a
the
rolled a
right
six.
6, and you didn't have
Same
any
as me.
extra successes. So
Ah,
you just
I see.
you just
Okay.
rolled
Sorry.
16.
We're so
in
used
total.
to dealing horrendous
And-
damage
yeah.
that when it doesn't
Yeah,
work, we're like,
but
it's
when
broken.
it doesn't happen.
We're
oh,
sad
no,
and
it's,
disappointed.
look, you cleaved halfway through the first one that came at you, and is sort of bleeding black Icarus blood all down it and snarling at you. Its teeth chattering away as it sort of tries to lean back and move a bit further out of the way of the Filder's blade and leave it to the other 2. Then Astodon, you're in defensive stance, so you can go
I am indeed.
because there's
I'm gonna-
no one in open stance, I don't think.
No. I'm going to hit the one that we put 2 arrows in a second ago.
Yeah.
Let me just. It's automatically.
That
Look,
one.
it's already done my penalty for me. Look at that.
What?
I got a Gandalf.
Yeah. So I'll roll for protection. Does it have? Do you have any skills or anything that make it ill-favored or?
I don't know. I feel like I'm again lacking in the rewards front here. So
Right,
no idea. I think I've got Grievous. I don't know if that counts for anything. I think that gives me extra damage, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, you picked.
No, it's what makes their
Valor,
target
so,
number
yeah,
so
no.
high for a protection roll.
And it means you can shout General Kenobi at them when you shoot them.
Yeah, no, you have Strength of Will Rangers, which gives you 1 extra d6 on shadow tests, and Endurance of the
of
Rangers, which means
yeah.
you just run forever. So, yeah, it's just a normal roll then. But
Some
that
kind of
Orc
wizard
Guard,
gives his feet wind.
yeah,
Is he dead?
that Orc Guard, what happens to him?
So like obviously as they'll come running in, he was probably laughing with his armor on. Aston like kind of actually deflects his butt and then kicks him backwards into that brazier that's just there and kicks him into the fire.
Yeah. And as we know, not fans of fire, he goes running off a blaze into the distance and collapses into the snow. And
He's preparing to
stops
fight
moving.
See,
everybody
Mr. Burrows, that's why you've got the left. There's fewer of them there.
So Sigrun or Robin, or both at the same time. It's up to you.
After you.
Ladies first.
Are we playing golf or something here?
Yes.
No, after you.
No, after you. A
Just 'cause
fielder
we're
and
role-playing
Aston on the
fantasy
like.
characters doesn't mean you still can't be
No,
British.
after you. After you. Please, sir, I do insist.
dear.
Oh no, no,
Bone
thank you.
door.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, he's going to feel that.
Yeah.
So that pierces on a
good.
7.
Does it?
Yeah.
You rolled a 3 on
Yeah.
your feet, guys.
You didn't get one.
Oh no, I didn't
You
get
You
a
just
7.
got 3
So
successes.
I'll just take the 3 heavy blows for crying out loud. This is a frigging
Which one did you hit?
named weapon. All right, fine. You
No.
can just take.
25 damage.
I'm pretty
This
sure
one.
25 damage is enough. Which ones were? Oh, that one.
How do you get that? Is that heavy blow, is it? Does everybody get that?
3 heavy blows
Yeah.
It's
piled
because
on
you
top
got
of
loads
each
of
other.
successes.
using Iwenarach is what is Iwenarach? She's a superior
Great bow.
keen fell weapon, and because I'm a
What's-
barding, I have fierce shot and dragon slayer to boot, and it's orc bane.
What happens to the orc?
I think he probably doesn't even notice because the arrow's gone all the way through him and come out the other side, and he's probably just going to turn to fight against our friend there. I can't
Yeah.
make out which one that is.
Ithildir.
That's Ithildir. Goes to continue his fight to Ithildir, and then just his eyes just kind of go, and he falls over dead because his heart's pinned to a tree 5 meters behind him.
He lifts his sword up and turns to Ithildir, and just collapses onto the floor.
Wow.
And there's a heart in the tree. Good job, Sigmund. 25 damage, you say? Okay. Yeah.
He's a
Robin
shiny,
Burrows.
shiny shooter.
Are any of
Can
them
you
wounded?
can you beat that? There's
No.
a couple of the. Wait, I think there's one.
Or
here.
any that I can see are wounded is a better question.
This one is because that was the one that Ithildir carved open.
Isn't there
other
one that
than
has an arrow from Sigrid sticking out of it as well?
Oh yeah, this one here as well as an arrow.
Alright, I'll shoot that one because it looks like it's an easier shot.
It is an easier shot. It's literally got a big arrow and. Jesus Christ.
So I can,
You realise
Like-
you're forcing me to like set up 20 orcs against you in future.
do we think
I don't
Pierce or
feel
Heavy
that's the-
Blows better?
Probably heavy blow just to finish it off, right?
Yeah, you're gonna finish it off either way.
All right.
Hooah. Yeah, that'll do it. So what happens here?
As it's kind of thinking it's cleverly snuck around the side of Ithilda, an arrow just kind of catches it straight through the jugular. I was
Hits
aiming
in
for its
and you
leg, but I got him.
you see a sort of expanding black pool of blood running down it, and it kind of cranes its neck towards you. Orc looks at you and goes, "Ah," and collapses over backwards. Wow, the orcs are doing well then. It is, however, there you go. So the largest, beefiest of them, that looks at least a head taller, turns on Astanon and sort of wades in with a
I'm
big
in
axe.
defensive.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, that's actually really helpful. We hope.
I can't tell because I can't see the roll.
No.
The axe comes clattering in, and you sort of just bat it aside with your sword.
I'm just imagining that whole scene where Aragon's like standing on Amon Hen alone against all those Uruk-hai.
Yeah. And as you sort of parry it away, the next orc lunges in with a spear towards you. And yeah, just too quick again. Whop.
This is Aston's place. This is where he's at.
Keeping them away from
And
Sigrun while he
you're
explodes
just
their heads,
seeing-
apparently.
Seeing axes and spears and scimitars coming towards you from all sides, and you're just moving through it, parrying, blocking, casting aside, breaking, cuts. Yeah, you parry them all. Somehow, magically. And then
Well, well-trained Ranger of the North.
fairly badly injured one on Ithildir howls and tries to stick you with its scimitar, which it does.
The risk of open.
It cuts in as you're slicing down at one of the others, and you're kind of distracted with these arrows flying past, killing orcs to your side, and it just manages to work between your blade and slices along your armor wrist, where you have less armor. So you take 6 damage, and you'll have to, if you click on the protection roll test, you should be able to take a protection roll to see if you pick up a wound.
Where is the protection roll?
It's where it says piercing blow.
Yeah.
It's not on your character
there.
sheet, it's actually on the
Sorry,
roller.
yeah.
It's just, yeah.
You can roll it in your character sheet.
It'll
via
take,
armor.
yeah, but it'll take into account. And yeah, a long streak of blood.
You have got a re-roll.
I have
yeah.
got a reroll. Thank you, Rog. I
Go
will
on,
take
re-roll
the
it
reroll.
then. A long welt of blood appears.
And thank you,
but
no
how
anomaly
bad
for
is
my
it?
reroll. It won't let me reroll it. Oh, there we go. Hold on 1 sec.
I think that was worse, wasn't it?
Oh, god damn it. That was worse.
Oh well. So yeah, it cuts in, and your hand starts to cramp as well, where you've been wounded. And I think this is one of our first wounds, isn't it?
I
Mm.
think so.
Which is great.
What does he
And
do?
not at all,
When you wound?
doesn't at all reflect
So-
badly on me.
Again,
So-
if you click on where it says injury roll,
Yeah, you
guessing.
can roll, and that will be the length of time it will take you to heal. Just don't roll too
Oh,
badly.
fuck.
So yeah, it's a big nasty cut along your entire forearm, and it's gonna take some time to heal, and it'll take some time before you can properly hold your sword again. So yeah, your injury, you are wounded for 10 days. Someone can give you first aid afterwards, or a healing roll to mitigate some of that a little bit. But yeah. And once you're wounded, you're only a wound away from the ultimate fate of all heroes in Middle-earth. Hopefully, for me.
Having to listen to elves sing.
Having to say, you bow before no man.
That would kill me off straight away. So it's back round to our heroes. Anyone changing stance?
No. I'm still surrounded by 3. We were looking at the elf basically.
No way. Never. What's dead can't wound me. Yeah. Okay then. Dan, you can go first. It's time to get your revenge.
Let's just hope we have a little bit more success.
The orc, after slicing along your arm, sort of pulls the scimitar back and lurches backwards, trying to get out of your reach for a counter strike. But 10 days. That definitely hits. And how'd you finish him off?
Did up with a heavy blow, thank you.
What happens, Mathilde, as he sort of tries to step back away from you again?
Being of elven lineage, my sword gracefully casts through the air and beheads him.
And you just see a kind of shocked orc head roll along the floor and collapse to the side. Astanon, there's still 3 orcs, including one particularly beefy looking one.
Oh, that's the one I'm gonna stab then, isn't it? Because got to take out the big one, because I won't be able to. Is that big one in the middle here?
Yeah.
Lovely.
This one.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. I am going to use a point of hope here.
Yeah.
Because why not? Let's do that.
Spend your hope early and often.
And,
I mean, you've got plenty of fellowship points. I think you have 6 or
there you
something.
go.
So.
14 points of damage.
Blimey. Yeah. You cut straight through this scaled, thick mishmash of plates and scale orc armor that has been forged somewhere in the depths of what looks like Mount Graham or Angmar, something from the north in any event.
Something that I would probably recognise. I'm like, you foul beast.
And he just, but
he's not
seems
dead.
to absorb it. And is looking very angry at you.
That's fine. I'd be angry too. Shoot him!
Sigrun and
I can't shoot
Robin.
him because that's on Robin's side.
There's no one left on your
There's
side.
no one left.
There is. There's that one in there, right there in the middle.
I mean,
Sigrun
that's
just going to start the brewer. I've done my side, so get the kettle on.
I'll do the chips.
Still didn't roll a 7.
Still didn't roll a 7+. I've rolled a 1 on every single one of these damn feat dice. Does that really only say 4 damage?
Yes, it does. Yeah, it pings off and sort of grazes along his
damage?
shoulders.
I've done
It's
4 damage
stuck
since I was
there, and he
12.
rams it off with his scimitar, but looks still in fairly good fighting shape.
Probably best to kill that one before he kills the elf.
Well, I
mean,
try
I will say that 4 damage was probably more useful on the big Great Orc bodyguard, but you know.
Yeah, it probably was. But I was supposed to be trying to save Dan there. Not save Dan.
All 3 of them are fighting me. So.
Yeah, I'll shoot the big one because they're all attacking the ranger, and I've only just met him, so I want to make a good impression.
Learn how to use bows now. Flunk. Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's another 3 damage, but your arrow finds its way between 2 sort of bolted on plates.
It's probably as he's lifting up his arm.
Sure, yeah, it just does.
Oh, dang it.
But the armour still remains too thick. And
Please
his
tighten it,
shield's too broad. And he
Yeah, I'm
remains
underneath, yeah.
protected.
My bow might be switched off, you know.
Oh no.
It's the power button for this thing.
Yeah. You forgot to recharge it at your last Imladris stop. You have to put it in a wall slot. So, Astanon. All 3 of them this time just come hurtling towards you with swords and axes at the bear.
Oh dear. I'm in defensive.
Yep. You should be fine.
Just remember the 6 Ds or however many Ds it is.
Defend, defend,
5
defend.
Ds of dodge, axe,
Dive, dip.
dive, and
dodge.
dodge.
Yeah, then.
You push away 2 sword blows from your sides as an axe comes in towards you, almost as if they'd planned it.
Have a go.
But Jesus, can I not roll to that? But yeah, you just
You
somehow
catch the blow on your
at the
face
last moment
and deflect it.
pull your sword up and sort of push it off to the side. And
I've obviously got a
remain.
very strong centre.
Yeah. That's,
No one's breaking me.
Got a nice low stance, standing on strong thigh muscles, and just moving your sword to where.
Good job I don't
needs
get
to be.
fatigued, really, isn't it?
It does run everywhere.
Yeah, that's it. It's just it's the
Squats
leg
is probably
muscles
his
that do
version
it.
of resting.
Yeah, he's going to bring
yeah.
out some self-help videos and whatnot soon. Exercise regimes. You want to look like a Dunedain?
It's back around to you lot then, because apparently
remained-
these
I've
orcs are
remained-
terrible.
Unsurprisingly, in my stance.
If Thildir, you can move up a bit and attack some of the other orcs. You could even move over to here. You can do whatever you want. I'll let
I
you.
will try and move.
You can run away.
What is running away?
Good shout.
That's what that orc that was on fire did earlier.
Yeah, it's what happens when you go. Well, I'm immortal. I'll just go into the west and remain a Thildir.
I'll attack this orc here.
Oh well.
But you go around behind them.
Definitely gonna start using a minimum of 20 orcs.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Once the number goes up, they only need to get 1 hit in each. We
Well-
might be able to 1-shot, 1 kill each of them,
Yeah.
but until we've
It's-
done that,
Yeah, it's also those
Hey, I've got
wounds remain. Wow.
Oh, I get to do a
Yeah,
heavy blow. I'll submit that.
an exceptionally heavy blow on this one. Yeah. How'd you finish this one off?
I
You
feel
sort of-
being an elf and
The
the fact that I
sword slices
cut the other
the
one's
first
head
one's
off.
head
I
off.
will,
You move round.
almost in a sort of pirouette and graceful movement, I bring my sword to bear and cleave this one's head in two.
it falls down in it sort of semi-split and falls to the floor, dead. Poor orc. Oh, also killed by a pirouette. That's always
It's embarrassing.
no,
The
yeah.
worst thing
No
for an orc.
sword fighter ever wants to experience that.
I'll roll into the big guy again.
Yeah, just charge straight in.
Not this time, I won't. Do I have a reroll?
Yeah, we all
Yeah.
got one.
Yes. you
Yay,
do.
thanks, no, mate. I'm going to try
Initially,
again.
you swing in and he just bats your sword to the side with an armored glove, but then you come swinging around again.
I spin. I use the force to
Oh,
spin
no.
on the spot.
And
Having
now
just
that-
seen the elf do
Another-
it, having just seen the elf do it, and then I'm going to plunge it into his chest.
Yeah.
So I'm going to spin, and I'm going to use the force of the spin to drive the blade through his chest plate. If he survives, then I didn't do that. He didn't go all the way through. Is he
I
dead?
did. He's just not dead yet.
You,
because
yeah.
they're
You
nails.
stab into him, and there's a big bleeding hole, and it looks like he should be dead. It's
Chunky
not.
clavicles.
I was going to say it's going to be like Lurtz now. He's going to put himself down my sword.
Yeah. And he's looking at you with bale fire in his eyes.
I mean, he was angry a minute ago, so
Yeah, now it's
Don't know what
not-
you're talking about. He's only got one eye.
So
Well, wait.
There we go.
Yay!
That does 4 damage.
And it's a piercing blow.
and is a piercing blow. Ooh.
Yes, it was on
Oh,
him.
yeah,
That's
it
why I
is.
cheered.
Right, so I'll roll the first piercing blow. And if he doesn't die from that, I'm going to roll another one. No. The arrow goes straight through his eye, I assume. One of them. And the other one is like intently locked on Astanon, but then sort of slowly starts to cross, and then he just slumps over.
And I just kind of let him. He just kind of falls off the end of my sword that was still embedded.
Oh, didn't even
Before
get
the
to
other-
use hideous toughness.
And before the next one comes in, without looking, he gives a little curt nod to the archers. He didn't see which archer shot, but
Yeah.
So I shot the
You,
last one.
you can kind of tell by the niceness of the arrow.
the arrows.
I think if the arrow's
Well,
that
there's
big,
two
it's a
different
hobbit
ones.
bow,
Yeah.
and if the arrow's bigger than my cupboard space, that's one of mine.
There is one of each.
Yeah. Oh. It pings off of his armor, but
Ah.
still pushes him back and bruises him a little. At this point, the remaining orc kind of turns to the one orc that's still laughing away as he kicks some of the dwarves. Like, can I run away yet? And gets a sort of curt shake of the head and tries to lunge at Astanon.
Come on, defensive stance.
It should do alright. Oh, there we go. A full 4. That definitely hit.
Ah,
No, it was... Oh no. Oh well. So yeah, anyone who wants to kill an orc, now's the time.
wow. I imagine the field deer is going to come in and stab him with his open stance.
I kind of hope it's not a kill steal, but yes.
That's not a kill still. We're a team.
Yeah.
Then let's do it.
You get XP per session anyway, so...
Does that work?
That did
It
indeed
does.
work.
That definitely worked. You Gandalfed him.
Get him in the Gandalf.
Yeah,
Is he
he was
dead yet?
definitely. He was kicked in the Gandalf. He's.
Oh,
How'd you
Right in the
finish the
Gandalf.
last one off the Thildir?
I feel like I should stab him in the Gandalf.
Pirouette in
That song
the
about
There's,
wizard
there's
stuff?
almost a alerts moment where I sort of impale him with my blade, and he pulls himself forward and gives me a guttural yell as I then twist it, and then he kind of fits a little and kind of slumps down upon it.
Yeah. Perfect. And the last of the orcs is dead.
Well, no, there's one
And
more
the
there.
one over by the dwarf, or the dwarves, kind of looks at you, laughs a bit, gives you all a good look over, and then he hurls something in your direction, Astanon and Athildir.
Can we shoot it?
Dodge.
Oh, yeah. Grenade?
Athletics. Run away.
Yeah.
Hide behind
What
the
do you want to
ranger?
do?
I
Shoot
want
it.
to do. I want to do an athletics dive, roly
Yeah.
poly.
So, Astanon, you can roll athletics.
if you'll have a
Athildir,
shield the size of a
I
door.
do. It's fun to mention. So I'm thinking I have a shield. I'm going to throw myself on it with my shield.
yeah. Okay, perfect.
Oh, I thought you were going to hide behind your shield. That would have been the more sensible.
No, I'm going to Captain America this shit.
Yeah.
I succeed in my athletics.
Yeah, you dive out of the way.
Yep.
Ithildir dives on it, and as you're all kind of focused on whatever this object was that was thrown at you,
No, I was going to
Um,
shoot him.
I was going to shoot him.
you can try.
He's no longer there.
He disappears back into the shadows. In any event,
Did he just throw a little pebble or something?
well, Ithildir, as you've got your shield down on it, and you almost feel like whatever it is underneath your shield is moving.
Ew.
Not quite
Is it a
sure
dwarf?
whether it's just the way you're rolling on the rocks or there's actually something moving beneath it.
I'll take a look to see what it is.
Sucker, it's a grenade. Bang.
Slowly
Facehugger.
lift your
Delayed grenade.
shield up, and it looks to be a severed hand that's kind of gripped in rigor mortis.
Ew.
Must have belonged to one of the dwarves.
One of the dead ones, well, the dead dwarf, does actually appear to be missing his hands, and the other two look quite worse for wear.
Astonon's probably going to head over and start doing
Yeah.
Healy stuff. Which
Those-
one looks worse?
Barlane looks worse out of the two. He's quite badly injured and is bleeding from a cut along his face.
How badly injured? 'Cause I just rolled 21 on medicine.
Yeah, you've patched him up enough that he's sort of sitting comfortably-ish now, resting, but sort
Can I
of
try and
falling
find
into a
that?
sleep.
Geezer that ran away. Not happy
You-
with him.
You can, yeah.
So I will try and hunt for him.
Also, all of you can roll on dread.
What? That's Valor, isn't it?
Shadow,
Right.
yeah, shadow dread.
So, do we just roll
As-
Valor or do we
You
roll
just do a
something else?
valor roll.
Yeah, just a valor
I'm
roll.
fine.
So anyone who succeeds, you're all right, and if you fail, you're gonna take a point of dread. Well,
I'm
point
going
of
to use my
shadow.
reroll.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, gracious.
As you see,
Oh, god
Oh,
damn it.
no.
So, point of shadow.
Borin lying
Is
there.
it temporary shadow or?
Yes, temporary shadow. as you see Borin lying there, which for I think Athilda was there as well. Definitely for Sigrun and Robin, you recognise at least 2 of these dwarves from your many travels, as you have met them at least twice before on the road to Bree and in Bree itself. And Borin, the one that has been slain and whose hands were removed, is one of the dwarves you recognise, hence the dread roll. And Lonnie is one of the others. Ballad, you don't know. But yeah, Sigrun, you're hunting.
That was to hunt Matey.
Yeah.
And I did that because there is no way I'm letting him get away from that. I did use my distinctive feature of being proud, and I used the point of hope in the process.
You spot him in the distance, sort of standing. He's already managed to scramble away towards the cliff line, and he's prowling there, watching you as he sort of retreats.
Freaking amazing bow.
It is, yeah. It's a long distance, but you could do it.
Can you pop a token up somewhere so I can?
I will just pop his token up, and then we'll select the 2 of you, make it combat, and you can roll.
All right.
He's appeared right next to me. I'm busy healing people.
I am also going to use his snake-like speed, so your attack is ill-favoured.
Except it's not.
It's just normal.
It's
because
just
it was
normal.
favoured. Yeah.
Because it would have been favoured, yeah. I was just about to apply the Dragon Slayer. It might have 2.
Yeah.
All right then. His protection roll will be ill-favoured from the fierce shot. And go with it. Swift death to my enemies. Spending a reroll. Totally spending a reroll.
Past his ear, and he sort of
Totally,
laughs.
100%.
And you see something like wriggling around his neck, like a chain of something or some things.
Oh yeah, totally reshooting that. That was just trash.
Don't know why you're so angry at this horrible evil orc.
Seriously, just a heavy blow.
Yeah. You hit him, and the smile leaves his face, and he sort of glares at you for a moment longer, and then hops down, like literally just jumps down the back of
Ah,
a
now that was a
cliff and out
that
of
was a
view.
piercing blow.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I roll
Pete dice
his
is 2.
Oh,
armor?
wasn't it? It's a 2.
Yeah. Do you not
Yeah,
add one of the other successes as
No,
well?
no, just
Oh, it's only
yeah,
on the
it's
feet dice.
on the
Okay,
feet
my
dice.
bad. Yeah, misunderstood.
So there you
then.
go.
Okay, so just the great success with the 11 damage.
Yeah.
Gonna get him.
And he has
Not today,
disappeared. But you may need to get him in the future.
Oh, I'm getting him.
I've probably tended to dwarfs at this point. Do you want me to roll for healing our elven friend?
Yes. So someone can attempt. Whoever wants to can attempt to.
I will
You're
do
sort
so.
of at this point. You're setting up camp here for the night. Because
Is there somewhere sheltered here? Because it's supposed
Yeah.
to be like a.
yeah,
building?
towards the back, there's the ruins of what used to probably be a elven building that sort of collapsed in, and you can see some rough brands that the orcs have scratched into it. But this would be an ideal place to camp for the night. Ballad has fallen asleep unconscious by whatever fire you've made after you've tended to his wounds. And that is just a normal success.
Yes, just normal success. Nothing fancy.
So yeah, that's just one day. So 9 days. You will be
Move
wounded.
everybody up to where I've just put
Filled it.
myself with these braziers that we can pull together and use to light
Yeah.
fires and get warm and cook potatoes.
Yeah, I was gonna,
And-
well, to be honest, while everyone's doing all of that stuff, I'd have been setting up camp.
Lonnie sort of stumbles towards you on an injured leg and sits down next to Ballad. Eyes Borin's body, stroking his beard with a single tear running down it. Goes, have I ever been glad to see you upon the road again?
Totally kicking
And-
those orc bodies down the stairs,
Just bunk, bunk.
laying out their
Roll
mate
them off
in
the
like state in some of the snow over here.
Sure.
Well,
Wasting
sorry
much
it was,
bleeding energy.
sorry it was
ill.
under these circumstances, but at least we're able to lend a hand, give you a bit of help. He says,
You can
catching
lend a
himself
hand.
before realising the words. Able to lend give you help.
Says, and I am grateful for it, but ill have been our travels since we moved into the mountains. I can see why none of our fellows travel this way anymore.
Which
There's a
direction
curse
were
upon
you in?
these hills.
Which way were you guys going? Towards Rivendell or towards...
They were heading, towards Rivendell and then Bree. The sort of usual travel route that you've met Lonnie on before.
I mean, did you
with
want to
that,
come back the other way with us?
as you all gather round the fire, I think we'll leave it at that for tonight, you can talk to Lonnie some more next time, and we'll continue our travels to Dale. Okay.
Huzzah.
So yeah,
Huzzah.
we've almost
I
cleared the
cannot
high
believe
pass.
how badly my bow didn't work.
I'm perfectly happy with that.
Hey, he failed every protection roll apart from against all of mine, which he passed.
Basically, yeah.
He
And
passed my mind as well.
any protection roll that I didn't fail, I apparently had to re-roll and fail anyway. So
You didn't use your reroll, and well, you could have.
I'm saving it.
Can't save it from session to session. You know the rules.
I
You
feel
don't
like
realise
that's
he's
for
got a load
players.
he's got tallies there.
Yeah.
He's got
I
like
have
20
10.
rolls for when we faced the Balrog.
Yeah. The Great Balrog of Dale. Oh no! Yeah, 7 might or just no. Anyway, oh shit! That big orc bodyguard had 2 might, so he has 2 attacks as well. Oh well. Anyway,
He didn't hit me once, so
yeah, precisely. An extra attack wasn't going to do it. Thank you everyone for joining us, and thank you for playing. And we'll be back next week Thursday with more of the One Ring, the Ballad of Bardings.
I haven't seen very
other
many
than
bloody
that-
Bardings so far. Just one.
You got to get there first. At the moment, it's the lonesome lament of Bardings. What else is coming up on Garblag?
That
I
is the question.
throw out to everyone else who might know.
Yeah, schedules have been a little bit hinky with summer and all of that, so there might be something in North America this evening. Probably is. Come and check us out on Discord, then they will tell you. Tuesday, we are probably going back to space for some more Coriolis. I certainly hope so. I haven't insulted someone to death in a while. Rog, Wednesday? What's the story on Wednesdays at the minute? No Wednesdays?
No idea.
No ideas, no knows. Who doesn't? We don't know. So, organised and professional as always. there might be stuff happening tonight and on Tuesday, and then back again next week for some more One Ringage.
There you go. I mean, most importantly, we started off this session with sound immediately, so you know it's an improvement.
Baby steps.
Improvements.
Small improvements. Yeah. Anyway, thank you everyone again for watching. Good night from us and everyone at Gold Black Games.
Good night.
Bye.